was excited.
Oh, god damn it, it's doing it.
I didn't do it.
God, always.
It's a lit party.
Always. Jesus.
Woo woo. Lit.
Never can I ever have it not do it.
I love it when it gets really exciting on TV.
Always, Kim.
Always.
And there was one time I had it all prepped. It was good, ready to go, and I was, started doing my thing again. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, they're not gonna do it. Fuckers did it again.
They did it.
Did it again.
They're always having fun
Horrible.
with the computers. Always having fun with the technology.
That's for sure. Wow, Kim.
You're all welcome.
Wow, Kim. Nice. See, now I gotta make sure that the volume's controlled for your future
For my
burps.
burps.
For your future burps.
Oh, I'll move my... Is that better? There we go.
Okay.
We're not sponsored.
Ooh. What are you hiding?
Are not sponsored by not sponsored beverage.
Oh, okay. That's
and my
fair.
purse just looked really dumb because it was like right here.
I know, I had to bump the camera back. So as you guys can tell, we fit in here better.
We
I actually probably could have brought it up a little
exciting
bit more.
chairs.
I know.
I feel like we're outside, but we're inside at the same time.
I know, like fancy chairs.
Like we're having a nice patio moment as friends.
Yeah, usually I have those two chairs, and then I
They're
have to pull out like a
wood.
folding chair, or I'll just bring my computer chair,
in.
and I'm like, I'm sitting in this.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So yeah, we got these cool chairs now until we can get something else, which you guys can help us with by giving us money.
You see, there she goes already. There she goes already. I mean, you'll see the different ways in the bottom lower third there as we progress through our story time.
You get a cool shirt.
Yep, you can.
And you can look cool for the summer like me.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot more stuff on there.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
More t-shirts to choose from.
Wow.
Some hats, backpack, beanbag chair. But without the beans though, it's kind of dumb.
No
so
beans.
It's just a bag chair?
Beans not included.
Yeah, it's just a bag chair until
probably cheaper for shipping.
Yeah.
So
I
there
think
you go.
that's what they did, because shipping used to be like $100 for that thing.
Yeah.
And now it's not. It's like 20 or 30.
There you go now.
That stopped me from
provide your
buying
own beans and you're good.
Yup. You'll be alright. Probably cheaper that way anyways. And yeah, like we have Patreon stuff.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
And you can buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We already said that.
You did. We did.
Yeah.
We're
Alright,
good
that's
for
all
now.
I got.
We're
That's
good
all
for
I
now.
got. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So we usually start off with the recap a little bit.
Say like, who are you?
Oh yeah. My name is actually where I'm sitting.
What?
Yeah, I know.
And
my
my
so
name
is yours.
is where I'm sitting, and then this is Jeff.
This
also.
is Jeff. Yeah, he's that witchy dude.
He's a witchy dude.
What's up?
He's here. He's got his things.
Yeah.
He's gonna teach us about.
He's like looking better than all of us. He's like.
No, I'm looking
He's
at
got
the
the fresh
thing.
fit.
I'm like,
No. I mean, you
It
got.
looks like he just came back from like vacation.
Yeah.
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 You're just trying to look fancy over here, and we're just like.
Keeping it. You got to keep that drip.
For sure.
Keep it tight. Keep the fashion.
I'm just trying to stay in Florida as long as I can.
I get it. Like in your head, you would still be there.
Yes.
I love being in Florida.
So make sure that when you tune in, you say hi. I see
Yep.
Anna already said hi. It was a little too close, so we told Anna, enjoy your day.
Yeah.
You don't have to come sit in the basement with us.
No. No. It's nice and cool. It's kind of,
It's not that bad though,
it's not
actually.
bad, no.
And I skipped last month, so I was like, I got you.
Yeah, well, we all skipped last time.
Well, the last time we were all on,
Yeah.
I skipped it.
Yeah,
so.
you skipped it.
It's my
'cause
turn.
You're lame.
I was late, yeah. I'm not gonna deny it.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Anyways, the recap really quick.
Yeah, so what you been up to?
I didn't really do a lot. I was at that Hell event.
Was it?
I was in Hell.
How was it?
It was all right.
Was you?
I got sunburned.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't have a pop up, and I was like, oh, I wasn't really sure. They were talking like a park thing, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
oh, there's gonna be some shade. Like it'll be all right.
No, yeah.
Me and my friend sat out in the sun
Oh,
for
God.
about 6 hours.
Was it busy though? Was it cool?
Yeah, it was quite busy to an extent.
Nice.
Like they kept talking like, oh, like this time, like there's just gonna be
It's
too
gonna
many
be
people.
boosh.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Oh, bummer. Well, maybe the
And
other
then
ones. They're
there
doing
was-
a bunch of events now up there.
Yep. And there was some vendors, like we were like right here, you like walk in and we're right here, and then there was supposed to be, like more down the way, all empty. And I was like, I could have expanded more.
I could have taken more stuff. Yeah.
And I had to put stuff away because of the heat just
Yeah.
beating down on it, so
Yeah, all those
like
screens.
that, well, you couldn't see those, and I didn't have power anyways. But I had
Gotta go back to the old shit. We
I
gotta
had,
bring
like,
out the
the-
Ouija board and the dowsing rods.
I brought out my motion board, and I was just like, I'll just, people ask, I'll just tell them about it, and then it was just like, it's too hot, I'm pulling it away.
Yeah, I get it. But we did get the motion board out at the haunted house.
I haven't looked
Couple
at it the
times.
second time. The first time there was nothing.
Other than when I accidentally turned off the power.
Yeah. Because I was like, what was that?
Yeah, that was me. I was like, oop, that was right at the time when I was flipping all those breakers. So, but yeah, it's been, usual haunted house, haunted activities. So we were like, Jeff, bring your shit in and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
See
And
if
I
we
was
capture
I was
anything.
there all day that day.
He
and
was
I
there.
was literally by that motion board most of the day. So I expected nothing.
Yeah. You have to leave it there when it's just me and the sea bass so that we can get all
so
of
then
our
I took it the other day.
Scooby-Dooing.
Left some stuff there. Because when I get, they can be like, oh my god, it's so spooky. And I get up there and it's just like,
Nothing, because he's a
doesn't
damn
nothing. Because I just blocking this shit.
I
Blocking it. So they know that they're not going to get me anyway. So they're like, why even try? Except if we bring out the spirit box or something, like, they'll swear
still
at
communicate
me.
and that stuff.
Yeah, they'll still communicate, but a lot of them like to swear at me or
I get it. I like to swear
threaten
at
me. Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
good times.
And I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, do it, I dare you. And then nothing happens.
Well, I've been doing ghost hunting at my friend's house, but then we get out the spirit box and they like to call me a slur for ladies that like other ladies, which I'm not going to say because I don't want us to get flagged.
Oh,
But it starts
okay.
with a D.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wow, okay, like, thank you. What do you want me to do with that? But they just like to call me slurs, and I'm like, wow, okay. But it's not anybody that lives at their house because it's the same thing as like your house or the haunted house. They travel in and out because they're like on a railroad track and at a crossroads.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's a river out back. So it's like everything that you could want. And I was kind of expecting though from, cause they live in Holly, like that maybe some of the ghosts from downtown Holly would be there. But I didn't see any difference this weekend when I was there.
Yeah.
Although it was really depressing to drive through.
Yeah, I read
Downtown
about that
Holly.
fire.
Yeah.
Yup.
For everybody that's not from Michigan or from the area, historical town here that's very haunted, Holly and the Holly Hotel are on fire, unfortunately. Had no deaths. That's the good part.
Was it just the hotel
it's
or was it other buildings?
Arcade
that-
Battle Alley Antiques is completely gone. Like the
Okay.
building is non-existent.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a bunch of other stuff that got damaged. But one of my friends posted on Facebook like, "Oh, that you could feel it when you drove through town," and I was like, "Fuck you, no, you can't." And drove through town, and I was like,
Ron!
maybe
Sorry.
you can.
I don't have a thing for Ron though.
Ron's here. Hi, Ron.
I forgot to make you one. I'm sorry, buddy.
Damn.
But yeah,
Michigan.
I didn't know about it right away. It was like 2 days later because I had seen something from another group here in the state, and they're like, "Oh, like we were supposed to go and investigate this weekend, and we can't." And I was like, I was thinking, why? Why can't you go do it? Because the Holly Hotel they were really picky about stuff. From what I'm told, like
As they should be. I mean, I get it.
no, and I get it, but they were just like, I don't know, they were just too far out there. And then it wasn't until, maybe a day or two after that, and I was like, oh, that's why. I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That was a place I did want to go.
Yeah,
I was
me
just like, well, I'm going to have to wait, because I knew they charged.
Usually a little too rich for my blood, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of sucky.
Yeah, so.
But I couldn't tell if it was just that building or if there'd been a couple others. So.
No, it was like 4 or 5 buildings in Holly that were affected or something like that.
Wow.
So hopefully they'll get back to the point where they can bring back some of this history and all the ghosts and everybody are okay. But I was thinking about all those antiques burning.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously people's livelihoods and stuff, very terrible. But I was like, all that stuff that's burned, like where all those ghosts
Right.
gonna go?
Anything that was attached, yeah.
It's so
They're
it's
just
gotta be.
in limbo right now.
They're like, what?
Like, do we stay here? Can we travel?
So downtown Holly's a little weird right now for anybody that's, I guess, feeling that kind of thing. So I guess if you don't want to feel weird shit, don't go there right now.
Right. Or if
But-
you're like me and you don't feel shit no matter what, just
Yeah, I
go.
was gonna say, Jeff can go anywhere. He doesn't care. He's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
what?
good.
There
I'm
could be a
good.
ghost grinding on him right now and he would not know.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. Well,
cold.
I would feel the cold spot if there
Well,
was one.
maybe,
That's
So,
about it.
So anyway, we've talked for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're done. I think we're done.
Other Jeff, if you're done with your water, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Tell them who you are, not just like a guy with cool fashion sense.
So yeah, I'm the other Jeff. Not this one.
He's the cooler one apparently with his wardrobe.
No, it's a white T-shirt from like the dollar store. Man. It's all.
Love it.
It's not a big deal.
I love bargain fashion.
Yes, I try. Yeah, actually, shorts are from Goodwill. So there you go. I think the hat, House of Blues in Orlando. That's
Respect.
That's the only thing that paid good money for. But anyway, so I am That Witchy Dude. So I'm just here to hang out and chat with you guys.
Cool.
Okay.
So thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
Because, it only took like a year.
So yeah, it's only been a year in the making.
I know. It's all right. I'll forgive you.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you. Now, all right, so you've never been here before in my house. So before we really get started on other stuff, so go ahead and, let's talk about really quick, what you started feeling, what you're feeling when you walked in. Because you were talking about it being, what was it, anxious or?
Yeah, it was just like not like in a bad way, but just like a very, like you could tell like when you walked in and I was like kind of just, as I was like walking into the house, like the things, shifted, things changed a little bit and it was just like, oh, okay, like, yeah, maybe not like super dizzy, but like a little bit of that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I'm like just unsettling and I guess like that was like just the word I had at the moment was a little bit anxious. But it was just maybe because of like a really quick shift of what the energy felt like in here. So
now, just out of curiosity, did it change when you came into the basement? Like, we walked down. Like, was there a little bit of difference down here? Because I've been told that there, by like Michelle and stuff, that it completely changed when she came down here.
I think a little bit. I don't know if it has something to do with all the tech stuff going on and whatever, but that and like the temperature is drastically different. So that was honestly that was the first thing I physically noticed.
It's humid.
Yeah, so like that, I was just like that was nice. Like that was nice. I enjoyed that, and because
right.
as you know, I've been sitting out in the hot sun all day today.
Yeah.
Me too.
For sure.
But yeah, it was luckily.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't too much of a change. Like I don't know. But when I went upstairs, like when I had already come down here and then went back upstairs, like it was like okay, it's still mostly up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've been here for a little bit now too. Like, has it changed a little bit? Like, has it, I don't know. Like, I want to say like withered down.
Kind of like, or I've just kind of like she was telling me earlier. You'll get used to it. You'll adjust. And that's basically all it's really been is just like, them getting to kind of feel me out and vice versa.
Yeah.
Most of them, they're pretty chill. Like, every now and then you go to the attic, they get a little sassy, but...
They do. They do.
Most of the time they're just like, oh, you're here. It's like when you walk in, they're like, oh, okay. Especially with me.
They like to mess with Kim. We can't really do a whole lot here with Kim because they just like to mess with her. It's like dowsing rods. Now, this is anywhere, though.
Dowsing rods don't like me
but
in general.
Here, dowsing rods, like, she can get them straight, like, to start out with, and then they're basically, like, trying to be a fan.
They're
just, like, all over the place.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have them too far away, like, they'll just, like, constantly, like, swing back and hit her and stuff. It's funny. It's a show.
It works. I think it's funny.
Yep.
I even did it in costume to see what would happen, and it still did
the same
it.
thing.
They still knew it was me.
That was great.
But yeah, so it's it's an interesting place, that's for sure. And the basement's very different from the first time I was down here.
Right.
This used to be all rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a 70s basement, paneling and stuff.
Oh, awesome.
So when we first came down here,
originally were doing it up in my living room or family room up there. So we had like the comfy couches and the chairs. But the problem with that was I had to drag like my computer and shit all the time, and at that point I had a motherboard that liked to disconnect the internet every once in a great while.
Oh, awesome.
So that was an issue because I'm like, shit, we're offline.
Yeah. We did more investigations down here, but since the basement's been renovated, it's not. There's only like one ghost down here now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit, but yeah, Joel. He's
Joel.
usually down here.
Okay.
And we've been roommates lately because I don't want to run the AC upstairs at night.
Right.
So you probably saw, but I have an inflatable mattress that I've been.
You just sleep on an
Sleeping
inflatable
down
mattress.
here.
Oh, so that's not Joel's mattress?
No.
That's not for Joel?
Mine, no. And I'm like, hey, we're going to be roomies when it's super hot upstairs.
I mean, I get it. It's way cooler down here. So.
It really is. And I'm not going to lie, I sleep better on that than I do my bed.
Nice. There you go then.
Because you know my back.
It's true.
Hey, I'll wake up like stiff and
especially
like,
when I
super
make
in
him
pain.
like pick giant windows up.
Oh, God.
But
Dude, my back was sore.
So bad. So bad.
But yeah, I sleep down here and I'm fine. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like...
It may just become my bedroom down here, just the mattress.
Move in and everything else will be upstairs. What are you going to do with your second story? Rent it out?
Right, yeah. No, I couldn't have anybody.
No, you couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't.
I couldn't do it. They'd start demanding something or whatever.
If you guys, by the way, have questions or whatever for any of us, and Jeff, our
mostly
guest,
him if we can.
Don't be shy to chime in anytime you want to. And like Jeff and I are an open book, of course. He wouldn't be here if he wasn't here to answer questions or talk about stuff.
Yep.
So do you want to like explain what it is you do or any of that stuff? Because Jeff and I just talk about weird shit all day.
Yeah. No.
we can. We could definitely talk about weird shit all day.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it. Do it.
Okay, so, well, I'm assuming you're wanting to know like kind of about what I do as far as like my spiritual practices.
Sure. Like why are you that witchy dude?
Why am I that witchy dude? So that witchy dude was actually born. It was like on a whim. I had started putting together like some product, like some metaphysical type products, and I was like, shit, I need like a name for this, to put on Etsy. I was like, I just need something to come up with for Etsy. And, I'm just like, I don't even remember, like, I was just like sitting in my grandma's dining room, like, putting stuff together, like, product and whatnot. Like, I didn't have labels for nothing yet, no logo, anything like that. And I was just like, what if it was just like that witchy dude? Like, just nonchalantly, but maybe catchy. Yeah, so it, like, apparently caught on because, like after I started telling people that, then, like, I changed, like, my profile name, like, when I started, like, on TikTok and all that jazz. Changed it to, like, That Witchy Dude, and everyone's like, oh, I love it. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's what I'm sticking with.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily define, like, what I do as a practice. Like, it's a total misnomer.
Right.
Because, like, I'm not a witch, don't claim to be a witch. I stick to what I know, what I've been taught, and that is like Southern style conjure, root work. Some people call it hoodoo. Hoodoo is more of like an African American practice. It's actually a very touchy subject with a lot of different people because there's a bunch of different styles of folk magic that people practice that is like conjure and root work, but just not hoodoo. Because it's very much like ingrained in the families and the lineage and the bloodline and everything like that, and which is completely understandable. So I try to like not use that term. But I was taught. I spent 12 years in North Georgia, South Tennessee, so like the Chattanooga area. Learned from who I later found out is a Mambo Asagwe in Haitian voodoo, and also Oshun crowned in Santeria. And she kind of taught me how to work the roots and the herbs and stuff like that. And she was kind of like my first mentor, so to speak. And then I kind of branched out from there, and then eventually found my place in the Lukumi tradition, which is more commonly known as Santeria. And then moved into what is probably more or less known, Palamayambe. So those are like my practices, and that's what I do. It's part of my everyday life. I work with spirits on a daily basis. So yeah, like that's what I do. That's who I am, and I love it.
Very cool. Interesting.
Now you're like TikTok famous.
No, I'm not.
You make it sound like you're TikTok famous.
I do no. I only talk about TikTok because it's annoying.
Oh, all right.
I love it.
I agree with you on that.
Like it is annoying. Like there was a time back in the day when I like cared about TikTok. That those days are long gone.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about them.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's probably, but that still is like my biggest social media platform.
Ours is too. It's everywhere. Like, it's crazy. I don't know why. People just want to watch videos of a car in a garage, but go for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and it's like...
Stare at Michael Myers.
It's like... that is where
like
we have the biggest following, and it's all just his security videos, or like a video of me dancing on the ceiling.
I forget that one's on there. Oh my god.
Yeah, those good times.
Whenever you bring it up, I'm like, jeez. Yes, I remember that. It's
Come for the
hilarious.
ghosts, stay for the dancing.
Right. But yeah, like, I don't know. There was that one video, like, what's it got? Like 200 or 20,000 something views.
It's a lot.
200,000?
It's a really excessive amount.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And it keeps growing too, and it's like, why? Okay, pop off, sis.
Because I don't even remember.
One of our garage videos now has 6,359
wow
views of your car in the garage.
Dude, I'm telling you what, it's weird.
Yeah, it really, and it's the weirdest thing. Like just the dumbest stuff will like go viral. Like we went to the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, and I did like they because they have like the different decades now that are like in glass cases, and I was like, they got the 90s and like the early 2000s in a glass case. I'm like, what the hell? So I took a video of it, and I was like, so my generation's in a museum, I guess I'm old. And then that thing, like, it's got like 900,000 views on it or some shit. Like, I just posted it, like, didn't put any like hashtags because everybody knows like it's all about the hashtags.
Right, that's what
And,
they say.
like, I didn't
don't
do anything.
those.
I just posted it, and then like 1.5 million, or not 1.5 million, but like 900,000 people were apparently watching that video. I was like, jeez.
Well, the one that's like our biggest now has 238,400.
Wow.
And it's of Ellen.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
and
So it's
like
like,
some orbs and stuff going on. Yeah.
We did get to meet one of our TikTok fans though at the event that we were both at.
Oh yeah,
when
that
we
last
were there,
one. Was it
when
the
we
last one? That
It was the one when I was
Metamora.
there. in
Yeah.
Metamora.
Was that the last one that she had? No, there was one more after that.
No,
she
yeah,
had there.
because you were like, come with me, and I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, she was being a real bitch.
I had other shit to do.
No, but yeah, we did, and cause it was funny because she walked up and she was just like, "Oh, like that name sounds familiar," and I was like, "Yeah, we're on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook and blah blah blah." And she's like, "No, I could have swore I seen you on something else," and like she's bringing it up, and Kim was just like TikTok. And like, by that time she found it, and she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And
I was like, wow, what a big deal.
I know. And then, like, she walked away and was talking to her friends or something like that about it. Because you could kind of hear, like, yeah, these guys are on TikTok.
Yeah, we're big famous.
And, like, she came back and, like, brought her friend over or something. And we were talking a little bit. And I was just like, wow, this is so weird, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just, like, living room footage or garage. Now it's, like, garage footage or basement footage, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just like, here, you can have this.
Have a sticker.
Yeah,
Madison, if you're watching, hey girl.
She better be watching. What was her name?
Madison.
Yeah, I had something like that happen to me actually, like just in the market, like because I used to do, like crystals and crap out of the market there, just as like little gift things. But like this woman and her husband came in and she was like talking to her daughter like on FaceTime or something, and she was like pointing the camera down at like all the stuff in like the little metaphysical area. She was like, so what, like, you want this and that or whatever? And then I guess she must have saw like one of the labels. She's like, wait a second, are you telling me you're at that witchy dude's place? And then I'm like, I heard it like across the market through the phone. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And she was like, put me on speakerphone, like I got blah blah blah. And so her mom's like, apparently you like say hi or something. I'm like, fuck, hi, like what do you want? Like I will hand pick this out for you. Like, I'm sorry. But, I mean, every once in a while, people will be like, oh, yeah, I know you from TikTok, or, I saw you on cool. And then that's it. But that was just the one time where she's like, oh, my God.
Yeah,
and
that's the only one we've
strange.
ever had. It was funny, though. Mm-hmm. It was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because Kim brought it up, and she just happened to find it, and she was like, this one? And I was
Damn.
like, yup.
I was like, that's us. Yeah, there you go. So it's cool.
Yep.
That's,
And
so you had all kinds of weird shit out there on your table, too. Like, what is it? What do you, like, what's some of your stuff that you have? Like, what's your favorite thing? Or whatever. Talk about you, because
talk about you.
It'll be weird.
But that's okay.
Me and Kim
Sorry.
talk about random shit. That's what we do best.
Yeah, and people are going to get bored.
Gotcha. We wouldn't want that.
We wouldn't want that.
No, because I would feel bad that you were here and we were just talking about bullshit.
Yeah, whatever. It's something new. It's a new experience. I've never done this thing before,
right.
So,
So people call you if they need help, or do you just tell us all about it?
Yeah, so a lot of people do that. I do readings and stuff like that. I've been contacted to do house cleansings and stuff like that, where people are like, I got this shit, I need to get rid of it, blah blah blah. So I do offer services and stuff, but most of it is just online products. Unless I get to do these events that we run into each other at, because I don't have a physical location. So, but a lot of it is very conjure based stuff that I do. Conjure oils and the gree bags, and I'll prepare railroad spikes. I fix skeleton keys. Do kind of a lot of those type things. A lot of it was kind of born out of a necessity to influence outcomes, right? So, if you think about kind of where it was all really born from, it was born from, all right, I'll give you a perfect example. There's a very common conjure oil or hoodoo oil, almost specifically, that, is a hold on to my lover type oil, So now in modern times, they're just, it's somebody don't want their boyfriend to leave, don't want their girlfriend to leave, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But so back in the day, you got to think this was born out of slavery, a need to survive. It was about keeping the families together, not being separated throughout different plantations. That was key, and it was. So that was the love work, that they were doing. It wasn't about find me a new boyfriend, find me somebody, whatever, blah blah blah. No, that's not what it was for.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, that's what it's kind of evolved into, which I feel is almost like a slap in the face of the tradition. But it is what it is to an extent. I think just a lot of people have kind of jumped onto certain things as a fad. And unfortunately, TikTok doesn't help things like that. It just waters everything down and bastardizes it, and it's not. Sorry, I don't know if that's gonna flag you.
Yeah, go for it.
But I don't care. Okay.
No, you're fine. I just didn't say the other thing because that stuff.
Right. But yeah, so I try to stay in my lane as far as the things that I produce, things that I've been taught, knowledge that's been passed down to me, stuff like that.
Sorry, it's not you. The bug literally just went and hit the wall. No, you're fine. It was great.
Is that what that was?
It flew right to the wall, and then it felt like it
It fell on the floor somewhere. I saw it.
There's it. I need a snack. Oh, there it is.
There's your protein.
It literally died. Yeah, it was
Sorry,
I'm dead now.
That was.
Now we're in Amityville.
Right.
Ah, Jesus! Now it touched me. It's a ghost. See? Fuck you, fucker.
I don't know why.
I killed it.
I don't know why.
I killed it.
These giant ass flies in here.
It's
stupid.
Amityville.
Sorry, it was just.
You need
it
a
was
dead
just
bug for
all of a
anything?
sudden you saw a black dot and smacked.
Not that kind of bug.
You're good. You don't want one.
No.
You can be our gift to you.
Yum. That's for you.
Oh wait, he's still moving. A little bit.
Oh wow! You brought him back to life.
No.
It works.
You can kill it.
He's just hurt. That's all.
He brought him back to life. Right here, live on YouTube.
Yeah, you saw it here.
Fly resurrections.
Yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, now we're
That
gonna have
Witchy
you come
Dude.
back. Maybe you can do
Damn, he's lucky I
like
didn't eat him.
pets or something.
Not
Not
you
just
only
flies.
now.
Not just flies.
Not just flies.
That's your new
That's a
homie now.
big fucking fly, though.
I know. I don't know where they're coming from. I get
It's so whack.
I get like a random one or two every once in a while. I don't get it.
Well,
Okay.
there you go. If you
Alright, so
if
this
you
is my
logged
mascot
off,
for the.
I can
missed
go get you
it.
something so we can get rid of it.
there's a shot glass, you know.
No, we're not putting it in the shot
Shot
glass. Oh my god.
Yum.
I can't handle you right now. Oh no. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It was just.
It was
Oh,
a
no,
live,
you're
This was like. What?
live fly.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Goodbye, fly.
Bye, dude.
Fly burial.
It was just like.
Wow. Can't believe that. If we would have left him on the floor, maybe he would have just been like, here I am. I'm alive.
I thought like something got thrown at us, and I was like, damn.
At first I was too. I was like, something got thrown at me? What's happening here? Somebody's
Like,
messing
knocking
at
on
me?
walls.
Mm-hmm. And then that was the fly funeral.
Yep.
Yep.
If you hear the toilet flushing,
That's what it
say
was.
goodbye to our fly friend.
Yeah.
Don't forget to,
He was so.
while we have like a second, if you're brand new and you're watching, make sure you say hi. And if you have questions, you should ask them anytime. And then when we find a natural break in the conversation, we'll get you.
Yeah, we'll hit you up.
Cool.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, cool. Now
All
we're
right.
back.
Sorry, we're fly hitting the wall over with. You can continue if you remember where you left off.
You know what?
You were talking about the traditions and how TikTok
Yes.
kind of diluted them.
Yes. It wasn't even just TikTok. Like
Social media in general.
social media, and then you got to think too. Like things have been glamorized with like movies and TV shows. I mean, look at like.
The craft.
Shit, The Craft, yeah. Like, that's the biggest one. Like, okay, so like, not gonna lie, like, I was at a very young, impressionable age when that movie came out, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. So yeah, maybe.
I mean, I was like an outcast witchy girl, not really witchy, but I was an outcast goth girl. Of course, I ate that movie the fuck up. I was like,
Nancy is
I was like, Nancy, kill them all, Nancy.
You're sorry.
Nancy, bad bitch energy. Like in the 90s, I was like, okay, it's all right to be angry and throw people out windows.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
But he was sorry.
He deserved it. He's sorry. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, no, pop culture really does kind of glamorize
Yes,
it a
pop
little
culture,
bit.
and it even. So I realized that I needed to like take a step back when there's a magazine that you can get. It's like called just like The Witches or something like Witches. What it's just a magazine you can buy it like at Kroger and Michael's and all this stuff. So
I think my husband used to get it.
yeah. Well, so I go and like pick this thing up. I was like, I've never actually seen one of these things before. But somebody that I know is like in that magazine. I'm like, all right, I gotta rein it in. Like I gotta stop. Like,
Yeah.
like I had to. Like it's just I don't even know how to describe it anymore. That's why I'm so glad that like I didn't get too caught up in the very like aesthetically witchy stuff, whatever. Right. Especially with my practices being very traditional African-based practices. Actually, they're more specifically from the diaspora than anything. They were born from the diaspora with an African understanding of things. So and these are initiatory practices. So there are like ceremonies that you have to go through, et cetera, et cetera. And so there's obviously things about the practices that I just cannot talk about.
Right.
But I mean, I think a lot of people have like a pretty general idea now of like what Santeria is.
I would say no, probably.
No? Oh, okay. I don't know. Sublime wrote a song.
They did. He does not have a crystal ball, but if he had $1 million, he would spend it all.
Yeah.
So, that's about my understanding of Santeria. Or like, what's the Princess and the Frog? That guy, the bad guy.
Oh.
Papa Legba or whatever the fuck he is.
Oh.
The guy with the hat. That's it. Isn't that the same thing? I don't know.
No, that would be that. Okay,
and
so
I
that
do
would
this.
be voodoo.
Voodoo and hoodoo different.
Yes, they're different.
See?
They are different.
So I don't know. Yeah, I guess then no. Nobody knows what it is.
Oh, okay. So basically, if there's any Neil Gaiman fans out there,
I love Neil Diamond.
no Gaiman.
Oh.
I mean him too. Yes.
The author, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, the author.
Gotcha.
The guy that wrote American Gods.
Yeah. I love that show.
So right, they did a few of the episodes in the last season where they brought the Orishas in. Mm-hmm. And so that is the basis for, I mean, he didn't necessarily do a bad job, but he didn't exactly.
It's fictionalized.
Yes,
yeah. Obviously.
So that's pretty much what it really boils down to. Santeria is like a more like newer aged term for it because, when the Orishas, when Orisha worship was brought over with the slaves during the Middle Passage, the transatlantic slave trade, they had to hide, their practices and things like that. So what they ended up doing was hiding behind saints. They would have a different saint for a different Orisha. And so that is where, Santeria kind of kicked off in Cuba. So, like, Santeria is, like, homegrown in Cuba with, its origins being in Africa, West Africa, to be precise. And then the same thing with Palo. Like, Palo Mayombe was born in Cuba with an African understanding out of the Congo. It's based on the Congo cosmology and the understanding of the evolution of life and death and being able to walk in both realms. I know I alluded to something about how the ghosts recognize that there's, something else dead in here. Well, that's my spirit that walks with me in Palo, my muerto. And that's literally, a pact that I have made. So I am not just my body now. I share that. This is a shared living space here. So, yeah, that's kind of those practices in a nutshell. They're very much nature based, especially Palo. Has a lot to do with nature, not in like a I'm going to go sit in a field or a meadow and like namaste and like have like glamour shots taken of me. But everything, is based on the ebbs and flows of nature, the cycles of nature, how the universe, started and how it continues to go, in and out of these cycles of life and death and rebirth and etc. So it's very cyclical, I would say. But yeah, and then we work with different spirits in both of those traditions. With conjure and I guess hoodoo, you're working more with like God and your ancestors. There's a lot there, and that's the thing about conjure. There's a lot of Bible work in that.
Like the Bible?
Yes, like the Bible. Yes.
Sounds terrible.
So it's actually the Bible, for those that know how to work it properly, is just a giant spell book.
Oh, fun. I like that take on it.
like the Book of Psalms, like seriously. Like if you wanted, oh man, I'm trying to think. Isaiah 54:17 is straight up like, listen, dude, if you're gonna draw down on me, like, you ain't shit. What are you gonna do? Like it's straight up like protection magic.
Gotcha.
Like and it's just very interesting to see. But the Book of Psalms specifically is where like a lot of the good stuff comes from.
That's where the good is.
Yeah,
Get
for
in
real.
there.
Yes.
I don't know, I tried to read the Bible once and I was like, wow, this is heckin' boring.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was raised without that shit though, like, so, I mean, I would say that shit, whatever. But I was raised like completely without religion. So like, when I try to go read that stuff, I'm like, what is this?
Yep.
Yeah, I love a book too. So I was like, oh, I can read this. I can read any book.
Yep.
Not this one.
Not this one. I was like, oh God, no, I'm good. I'm sad.
Yeah, I threw all mine away.
I put it there at the haunted house.
Well, this is before I knew.
So that's where I
was
put any
like,
that I find.
I don't know. I was a
at work.
teenager. I was like, I don't want this shit.
Man, there could have been some cool shit in there.
Yeah, probably.
Well, one was like a teen like Bible.
Teen
song.
Bible.
And then I had like a normal one too, but I was just like, I don't want.
You don't want any of this,
I
yeah.
threw it away.
Hey, and if that's what you guys are into, tear it up. But
And if you're angry at me for throwing stuff away, go ahead and tell me.
yeah,
But,
let us know in the comments if you're mad as heck.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not scared.
And yeah, also don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yep.
Because like this show is not just about us asking Jeff questions,
Right.
so that he can
So
Yes,
help other
ask
people.
away, please.
like,
Because-
we're still going strong right over there because I feel like this is. Oh, there we go.
Anna says it's interesting.
Okay, I was like,
Anna.
is this frozen? What's going
No,
on?
no. Well,
So
she's
I was
behind us
curious.
a little bit too. So
Well, I know, but I mean, still, I just hadn't
I
seen
think
it
so, yeah.
moved in a while.
And then you know when I think about it after you kind of described it to me, like after you said something, I was like, okay, I know what he's talking about because I've read a lot of books where they do that kind of stuff. Like a lot of Anne Rice's books have like the religious. They're actual religious figures, but they're disguised. You know, it's but they have to do that, like you said, to hide and be safe because you're not. It's not exactly a loving, caring environment that these people were in.
Nope.
Right.
No.
And you had to, so they had to get around. And that was also, you could get those figures easy. All you had to do is go to the church and be like, I really love St. Francis.
Right.
And they'd be like, bah, here you go, pal.
Yep.
Have it.
Absolutely.
Frankie for you. Get on with it. He's
Yeah.
got a little bunny or something. Even better.
But yeah, so like that's how it really was, and even with voodoo, like it's very intertwined with Catholicism, and as much as the practices themselves don't want to have that undertone just because of why it's there. Obviously you think of the history, like yes, it had to be embedded in it to survive. So a lot of people, like it depends on what style. You gotta understand too, like in these practices, like there is no like one set of rules.
Right.
There's no like, all right, this is how you practice Santeria. Boom, this is how you practice Palo. Boom, this is how you practice voodoo. Like no, it is so different. Okay. What was it?
She says, I was born Catholic. I haven't heard this take on the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born and raised Catholic as well. So yeah, that is.
But they're not saying like the teachings of the Bible. You're not following the teachings of the Bible. You're just using the words that are in it to turn it into spells. So it's not like you're taking the learnings of Catholicism, like for example.
Right.
It's more of like we're gonna hide what we want to do.
Yes.
With Catholicism.
There are.
So it's not like an interpretation, I guess would be.
Yeah. No. Like just certain passages in the Bible, they just happen to coincide with something that you would be trying to work. If you're doing like road opening work or. You're trying to stay protected, or there's even work against enemies, etc., etc. Like, there's a passage for that somewhere, like where the words, it's almost like a play on words. Like there's, just like it's like a hidden meaning.
So like if people wanted to, could they use like Spider-Man comic books or Shakespeare instead of the Bible, or does it have to be the Bible?
Well, okay, so from a traditional.
You lost me at Spider-Man, but then when you came back with the other one, I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, I was trying to think of like books that like comic book or like another like book that anybody could get access to.
Right. So I mean, I to each their own.
Right. Obviously,
that just sounds like people are just making shit up at that point.
Right.
But no, the Bible was only used because it had to be.
Everybody had access to it.
Yeah. So it was like if they didn't have to use the Bible, then they wouldn't.
Right.
They would just do what they were going to do.
If it was like,
anyway.
they could get access to his dictionaries. They may, figured it out. I don't know. Hopefully they could have figured something out.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, okay. So it's like interesting way to think about this. Anna says, is it used for good or evil?
Both.
Just like
Both.
anything. Just
Yes.
like the real Bible.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. You gotta be able to work with your right hand and your left hand.
Interpret it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
that makes
absolutely.
sense. So that people can be like bad, whatever you guys call yourselves, or I'm sure different people call themselves different things too. Right? Or no? Like whatever it is you guys call yourself. I don't mean that like in a bad way.
Oh.
Like you don't call yourself a witch.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, no,
you don't call yourself a wizard.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
No, I did not get my letter from
A
Hogwarts.
warlock, like So, like, what do you call yourself? A priest or like a?
So I'm not a priest yet.
Gotcha.
But yes, in Santeria and Palo, I am working towards priesthood in both of those traditions. But yeah, no, as far as like conjure goes, like I mean, you could be I could be considered a conjure man or a root doctor or a root worker.
So yeah,
root worker is the general term that I try to stick with. It's just describes somebody
feels right.
that works with the roots, the herbs, and the spirits of each individual thing. Because we work a lot with animism. There's a spirit to everything. So without animism, these traditions don't thrive. They don't survive. There is a spirit to everything.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very cool. Hannah says, thumbs up.
So, if you were raised Catholic and you're doing, do you still like, I don't know, are you still a little Catholic, or did you just kind of like push that aside to focus more on like the religious stuff that you're focusing on now?
So not really, because I mean, like I stopped going to church when my parents were like, hey, until you're 18, you're going to church, basically. And I was, because I had expressed it, I was like, I have no interest in going to church anymore, whatever.
Yes,
like, I had my own, listen, like, there's a movie called Simon Birch, all right? It's about the little kid, the little orphan kid,
Yeah,
right?
I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he stood up and, like, in front of the whole damn congregation was like, faith is not in a floor plan. And I was like, this fucking kid gets it. So... So that was my whole like honestly, like growing up, like going, I went through all the, the communion and the confirmation and all the, the sacraments and yes.
All that stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
all the rigmarole of the ceremonial initiations into Catholicism that people don't think is ceremonial high magic for some reason. Yes. I was just like, you know what? I don't need to be in this giant building full of fucking people, like sit, kneel, stand, all right, peace be with you, yada yada yada, move on with your day. I didn't need that, so I was like, I didn't necessarily have the faith at the time. It wasn't there. I was like, I knew that there was something kind of greater than me out there, but not to the extent where I was like ready to just hit my knees and like worship it, whatever it was. And so, I rode that out for a while, especially because, I was dabbling in, witchier stuff. And, I was like, well, I'm just going to do this. And then, I started, the further away I got from it and deeper into the understandings that I practice now, because, like, Santeria, like, Orisha worship and Palo, like, those are still, like, monotheistic traditions. Like, it all comes from a creator source. Like we were created at some point in time by something, an all encompassing something. There is a source, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That's yes. If you believe in flying monkeys, like
Evolution,
yes. What there's where did they come from?
Right.
The monkeys came from somewhere. I'm getting
their moms and dads.
Right, which came
from somewhere confusing.
Came from
So
somewhere.
like there's something that started
something started everything,
right.
as in like the Big Bang.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
So you talk about the Big Bang. There's like that people find God within the Big Bang, and that's like their only concept of God. And that's literally kind of what we work with especially in Palo. The creative force we call Ensambi. Or God or whatever, it's just that creator force that is represented with the Big Bang, and that's really what it's all about. And like there's different spirits that we work with and stuff like that, but it's not like a polytheistic thing where we're like worshiping different deities and stuff like that. They're literally just different spirits that we work with that we that have been figured out over time.
So it's a religious pantheon. Like Greek or
yeah, no, it's totally not like
like that.
Yeah, no,
okay.
not at all. Not even in Orisha, because Orisha are just aspects of nature that are and even to a certain extent, like I feel like some of the pantheons, like like the Norse pagans and the Greek pantheon and stuff like that. Like I almost feel sometimes that's the same thing. Like it's very similar. Like you have an origin story, you have a creation, and then you have all these other gods that just represent all like different facets of nature as a whole, the universal collective as a whole. So I'm like, is there really even such a thing as paganism at that point? Like it just, this is the shit that I think about, and
it's
so
true
like,
though. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, and so I find myself getting actually closer and closer to, like I have that faith now. And it's so funny because I was like taking out the trash one day, and I just had like one of those aha moments. And I was like, "Fuck, dude, there's that faith." Cool. And I like took the trash out, went back in. I was like, "Cool, I got faith now." Yeah. It was like there was no like life changing, altering moment in my life. I was like, no, I was taking the trash out when I had that overwhelming feeling of like I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen to me like in the next 5 minutes from now, 20 days from now, or 10 years from now, but I got faith that it's going to work out. And what that looked like at that point in time, I didn't know, but I trusted, and I had faith in my own spirits that were walking with me, that it was going to work out, whatever it was. And so like I said, is interestingly enough, as far out as I've gone from the church thing and the God and all that stuff, that like the closer to like an actual creation I've gotten, so it's very, very interesting to think about. And I probably have like, I don't know, one or two, what the hell are they called? Existential crises.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'll have like one or two of those a week now, like just for like 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Like I'll just be like, what the fuck? Like none of this fucking means anything. Nothing even matters. Like it's like that's it. So
I think there's like a video or something where somebody just goes existential crisis, and like a robot, or like where you go panic attack. I don't even remember where it was, but me and my friends will do that every now and then. We'll just be like, crisis, like I'm having a crisis. You have to, like, that's how you challenge yourself and grow too, because if you see stagnant, it's boring as fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's boring as fuck.
Absolutely.
If you can't challenge your own notions, like who's gonna do it?
Right. Yeah, you gotta get outside your comfort zone.
And be like, hey, I think about this. And what is it that I think? And then what does my homie think? And let's think about that.
Right.
Right, Jeff?
Yeah. This is what I have to deal with every lie that she's here. Yeah. The crazy.
I'm the weirdest skeptical believer that you will ever
Yeah.
meet. I'm like, I don't believe in that. But I'll be like, I believe in that.
Yeah.
Pick and choose.
Right. So you talked about like people contacting you for like house cleansing and whatever else. So how does that, like the way you do it, does it differ than like what, let's say like how say like Michelle would do it, or
Probably.
Okay. Like I mean, I know she was here because I had like a portal down here at one point, and she was here closing it for me. So I know that there was like some sage going on, and I mean she was just like pushing
probably
back
some weed
and was like
involved
talking
with
some
Michelle.
yeah. I mean it's Michelle, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But
We love that.
so like how do you do it then?
Well, there's actually a little bit more prayer involved. It really just depends. It's honestly like it's a
You
case
tailor
by
it
case.
for the situation.
Yeah, it has to be. It
Yeah.
absolutely has to be. But like there's still power in actually holy water, like actual holy water, like that's been blessed and consecrated, not the shit that you can buy off Amazon. That's like this is from the River Jordan. No, it's not.
Right.
No,
That's
it's
from
not.
your tap.
Yeah, right. It's from your tap. It's got like some like
Should get
good
into that
smelling
business.
oil. Yeah. But no, yeah, it depends a lot, and I think people overutilize sage in general because they don't know, one, how to use it, and two, anymore it's been so like commercialized and stolen for all intents and purposes. I mean, white sage only grows in California, and so it's being over harvested, and there's a lot of like indigenous practices that claim that is only for them. And,
right.
And, you know, so I'm never one to, like, step on anybody's toes with stuff like that. Like, I've used sage in the past, and I could probably count on one hand how many times I've needed to use sage in, I don't know, the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really not about kind of coming in and saging everything.
And for a lot of people, that just makes them feel better, which
right.
does affect, because sometimes it is just, it's up here.
Yes.
Yes. Or you're creating it with, like, gifts or powers, for lack of a better way of putting it, that you're pushing out yourself.
Right.
And it's not even, it's just a more medicine for, like,
right.
the person.
And so, like, what you just described is actually a pretty well-known theory on poltergeist.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, that's just your own shit that you have ignored for so long that is now just manifesting out into a reality that you can see because you're not dealing with it. So it's going to get your attention somehow.
They say it's especially more common with, like, teenage girls because of all the, like, hormones and everything, and they don't know how to control. Like, yeah, it is interesting when, like, you watch, you know this on, like, paranormal shows or whatever it is. There's usually, like, a teenage girl involved when there's a poltergeist. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, I don't know, interesting. Interesting to see.
Girls,
yeah.
like, grow up quicker.
I know, right? Get out of there. Trust me.
Like, listen, Chad wasn't worth it, all right? Stacy, let's go.
Let's go.
You don't get it. My CDs are in his truck. It's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy new CDs. It'll be all right.
We'll just download the music now. That's what the kids do.
Right. I know. They
that's
probably don't even know what a CD is. I'm just saying.
They do.
It's a compact.
No, you're good. Because I questioned, like, the substituting I did. Like, I don't know, we got into some discussion, and I was actually with high schoolers that day. And they were talking about something, and I'm like, okay. So I was like, I pulled up a few things. I'm like, do you know what this is? They're like, yeah, I've seen it in something. And I'm like, well, what's it called? And I'm like,
Kids.
I don't know. I'm like, what do you put in there? And they're like, some type of tape. And I was like, it's a Walkman. I'm like, cassette tape.
Cassettes.
But then I pulled up, like, an Atari, because I'm like, they're not going to know what this is. One kid knew what it was.
Really?
I was like, congratulations. I'm like...
Pop culture.
I'm like, you got my respect.
There you go.
It is respectable. So, I don't know what else we want to talk about. We got like an hour.
Now, with all the stuff that... Because, we've seen you at the Michelle's events and stuff like that, and you always have, like, a table of stuff. Now, I know there's some stuff that you buy and you have it,
Resell.
Yeah. But I know you make a lot of your stuff.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you make?
So like right out of the gate, the conjure oils are kind of like the biggest ones. They're I don't know if you've ever gone into like the metaphysical shops and like they'll have like the real generic labeled like road opener oil like on a square glass bottle and like all that bullshit. Like it's garbage. Don't go buy that stuff, guys.
The
camera's over there. I'm looking at
I
this.
know.
I'm like,
I've
oh,
noticed you doing that a couple of times.
I'm sorry. You guys are there.
It's there.
So anyway, I use specific roots and herbs and sometimes dirts and other things to craft my oils, and they're all like blessed and prepared specifically for what they're supposed to do. So the conjure oils are kind of like, those are like my babies. That's my bread and butter as far as like on the website. And then I do handmade. I make gree bags, and so I'm gonna have to explain that. So I might as well just
get in there.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, you might wanna.
Yeah, it was like
talk
prop
about
here.
it.
I don't know how close you guys can see. Well, I got to do the fancy, lighting blockage thing.
They can zoom in.
Well,
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
I was
touch it.
hoping to have another my other webcam, so it's a little bit closer on stuff.
There we go.
But I didn't have a cord long
and
enough to
it's
do
red,
it.
and there's things inside.
Yes. So people will confuse gree bags with mojo bags. So a gree bag is more or less like a little spiritual helper. All right. So getting back to animism, everything has a spirit to it, and depending on what you're trying to do with said gree bag is going to dictate what ingredients you're gonna put together to create it. So you're basically taking the spirit. You know, sometimes we use, roots and herbs, and sometimes stones, sometimes dirts, sometimes animal bits, bones, stuff like that. Depending on what you're trying to do, is that dictates what goes into a gree bag. And you're basically just creating one like compact little pocket spirit to help you out. It's getting the spirits of those ingredients to kind of meld together into one, little spirit.
Okay.
That it's a spiritual helper. You carry it in your pocket, your bag, your purse. But it's to attain whatever depending on what you're trying to do. Like I said, dictates what goes into the bag, how it's prepared, stuff like that. Because there's stuff that needs to get done to the bag, stuff that needs to get done to the ingredients before they go in, etc., etc. But yeah, that's pretty much what a gree is. And then mojo bags are a little bit different. Like they're mojos are usually a little bit bigger, and mojo is really just something that you would. It's almost like a more all-encompassing type thing. Like you throw like some high john root. Actually, I have it in my pocket because I always keep a piece of high john root on me. So that's this guy and that whatever. I don't know. You can zoom in. It's cool.
It looks like a fruit.
Yeah. So yeah, you can.
It looks like a. To
Does
me,
it
it
smell?
just kind of looks like a.
No, not that
Right,
one.
plum.
It smells. I smell it.
Yeah, so it should have like a smoky type.
Yeah,
smell.
it smells like beef jerky.
Yeah, there you go.
Now
I think that.
I'm gonna be like beef jerky. Yum, yum.
But yeah, so like people will take
Well,
like
he had beef jerky.
high john
earlier.
root and
So you
Could
gotta
be
add it in
could
his
be
pocket.
actual beef jerky.
yeah, no, this one has been out and about, but the ones that I have like in the jar like still like super fresh, smoky, because like when they harvest these roots, they actually like to preserve them, they smoke them.
Okay.
So that's where that
That makes
smokiness
sense then.
comes from, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so like a lot of people will put high john root in their mojos. They'll put like alligator paws, because that's good for gambler's luck and also good for holding on to your money. Yeah, so
I need one of those.
it's always good to keep a gator claw, just a little one.
Just a
Did
little.
you
Keep it in
do you
your-
have one of those with you right now?
I didn't bring it because it was
Okay.
my last one.
Oh, you're good. I was just curious. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, but I do carry those as well. And I actually like when I get them in, they're just like 2 inches long, 3 inches long, whatever. But I will take and like since they're taxidermied, I'll drill out the back of the paw and then load it with like certain ingredients and then seal it off.
Very cool.
So that it can kind of
Took double duty.
yeah, double duty for sure.
Very cool.
Our spirits are vibing right now because you just pulled that root out of my head.
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's good stuff. But yeah, so like that's kind of that. We use a lot of iron for protection. Obviously, this I didn't make this. This came out of a railroad track.
Oh, I'm so disappointed you didn't make it.
I know, I got
Get
a
out the
forge.
smelter. It's
I know.
time.
Well, we
So
actually do have a
blacksmith.
forge in the shed. So
Start making them.
Time to get on it.
I know.
It won't be the same because this one has history.
yes. Well, so yeah, the older the better. But honestly, iron. All you're really looking for is just good, solid iron. Iron is always good for protection.
Yeah, and it doubles as a weapon.
Yes. This.
All kinds of
Just
protection.
put it on your keychain.
Yes.
To start whacking people.
Yeah. That is yes. That
You
is-
cannot bring one into exit 13. Jeff will know.
Yeah, I'll know. I'm the last line of defense, and nobody gets past
He
me.
runs our metal detector.
Oh, very nice.
He makes sure people don't stab me.
You can't be doing that. Don't
No.
don't stab your
Now, what's-
scarers. Now.
Yeah.
What's the? Because I haven't seen you have one with the what is it? The red.
Oh, the red string.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, so
is
that's just kind of like the way to finish off preparing something. Like a lot of people, like I'll wrap like the skeleton keys in them, like after I prepared
okay.
them. It's almost just like adding a protective layer to
Oh,
it,
okay.
to your
I've just
word.
never seen you have one on there before.
Yeah. So like when I sell this when I sell them online, I'll make sure that they're wrapped and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they get dressed with protection oil. The skeleton keys that I do are usually dressed with road opening oil.
Okay.
Because it's about opening doors, opening opportunity, creating opportunities.
Is that what you gave me? That little key? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I think that was back when, that was like, what, 2 years ago?
No, I think it was last year.
Was it last year?
I think so. I haven't had it that long, so I think it was last year.
All right. Well, I mean, you got a nice.
Because you were like, put a penny in the ground, and I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. So that's.
So luckily, I had a penny, and then
Well, no. It didn't go down like that. He's lying.
I'm not lying.
He's like. He's like, is there anything I need to do? And I'm like, well, no, maybe just like, throw a penny outside by a tree.
He told me that I had to dig up and put a penny somewhere. Yes. He's like, you got to bury a penny.
And you did, didn't you?
And I did.
So
because I didn't want to die.
You're not going to die.
Wouldn't have been dead.
I don't know that. You didn't tell me if I was going to die.
It's just about paying the energy, man. You just got to pay for the energy.
So you don't give people.
No, he did.
You got to give them a penny in a wallet.
He told me to like throw a penny, I think, but I think I just went by the tree and I was just because I didn't want my tractor to get it.
Yeah, no, it's
so I just was like,
okay, yeah, that's cool. Like no, there's anytime like as long as you're just acknowledging the exchange of energy, like that's all it was really about. It's just the easiest thing to do is I'll drop a couple coins if I'm gonna grab something. Yeah, that's all.
No, I know. I was over exaggerating.
Yeah. You better do this or you're gonna die in 7 days.
I know.
7 days.
Yeah.
I know. We watched.
That was almost actually we watched that tape.
Yeah.
So we have.
You guys are really screwed now.
Yeah. So we've had a tape at Exit 13 for at least 3 years. None of us are really sure 100% where it came from. And it's a VHS tape, and it says Oscar's funeral.
It's from 2000,
From
by
2000.
the way. So it's 22 years old.
So it's a 22-year-old tape of a funeral, and so I get on the messenger, and Rebecca and I are like, we're watching this. So I was like, Jeff probably has a VCR because he's our resident nerd, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
can't throw away
Jeff,
technology.
do you have a VCR? He's like, yeah. I'm like, can you bring it up to us, or do we have to come to your house because we want to watch this video? And we watched it, and unfortunately, it starts right at the end of like a bunch of shooting. Because it's like a military funeral.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we missed the good part, but Jeff's gonna see what he can do about it.
Because there was a lot of
it was
like,
damaged.
Yeah, so I had to try and go through and clean it because tracking wasn't doing anything.
Oh. Okay.
So the tape.
But the hair in this video.
22 years old. Yeah. But like I couldn't even get it to rewind at a certain point from like where I got the tape. And as we were watching more and I was fast forwarding it, and as I'm rewinding it, and it was all of a sudden it was like in negative numbers, and I was like, oh, it's rewinding more, and I was really excited about it, so we'll see.
So yeah, if Jeff and I aren't dead in a week.
Yeah. Well, what was that? It was on like what, Wednesday?
It was Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. So we got like 3 days.
We got a couple more days to find out whether we got
cursed
cursed by Oscar.
Yeah. So if you don't hear from us on Facebook in like 3 days.
Yeah.
That's usually the norm.
Ringed.
We got ringed if you don't see me at least put something on there.
You just be
which
like,
is far and few.
Post and be like, thank goodness we did not get ringed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was hard excited, but it really didn't spike up any activity at the haunted house. But also, you were there. So.
Yeah, I'm there. When I'm there, nothing happens.
It's a lot whack. It's a lot more whack when he's not there. That's for sure.
Like they're like, oh my god, it's so creepy. Come up here, and I'll come up here, and I'm like, where's the creepiness?
They're like, he's like,
and they're like over here, and then I was like, nothing's happening.
we were hearing stuff the other day though. At the same, like when I was like, I could hear.
Yeah,
you could hear, conversation.
I can hear like little things every once in a while, but literally, like if they're working or something, and say like there's just noises going on around them, that won't happen when I'm there. Mm-hmm. Like I'll hear something that might be somewhat in the distance, like you just hear like maybe like a crack somewhere, and nobody else is in there.
Yeah.
And you normally know like what the building sounds like at times.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah, but so you can kind of differentiate.
It's heckin' haunted.
Yeah, but yeah, nothing ever happens. There's only been like maybe a couple handfuls of like random shit that's happened.
I was really hoping that Oscar was gonna be like, "Ooh, I'm here. It's me."
Is that your boy over there?
Over where? What?
What's his name again?
Joel.
Joel?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? I don't know.
Joel doing stuff back there? He's always back there.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering because I was like, was that your dude?
Yeah.
Joel's behind the computer usually.
Yeah.
And yeah, he will be back there every now and then. You'll see like movement back there or hear something back there. Yeah. Usually it's Joel.
Yeah.
He's just down here to hang out.
That's what I was wondering. I was
he likes the equipment. He really likes the equipment. He was a soldier in World War II.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yep. So yeah, he likes to hang out back there. Sometimes when there's like new people here and they're like, "Oh, what's that?" Like he gets curious for sure, but then sometimes like he'll try and not be noticed as much, but some people.
We got you anyway, Joel.
He's like, "I'm cool,"
Right.
He's a cool. He's hanging out with the peeps.
We hang out. We're roommates right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And I had to because this is his area, so when I was because I had a water issue, so I had to tear down the basement anyways.
Yeah.
But I wasn't utilizing the basement because there was just 2 giant rooms, and it was like
it was very not very good designing.
Yeah, they had like 5 kids, I think. So they built rooms, and that was cool.
I get why, yeah.
But it was just a basement I never used except for the storage room. And, that was basically it. Because I knew there was water issues, so I didn't put anything in there.
Right.
So before I started doing anything, I was just letting them know. I'm like, you guys know I've been talking about this for a while, I'm like, I hope you guys are cool with it, but even if you're not, I have to do it.
Too bad, so
everybody was cool with it, there was no issues. Activity was, a little bit up there, but not by a lot, But yeah, as it was progressing, I was checking in with them a little bit here and there, and once I had, mostly it done like this, I was bringing my computer and stuff down, and I was like, I was just like, hey, you don't mind that, because my goal was studio here and my computer officey area over there. So I was like, you're cool with it, right? Because I know this is your space, and I don't want to barge in on it, but I've kind of been talking about it.
Yeah.
And he's just basically, no, you're cool. He enjoys it. We hang out. Sometimes I'm too preoccupied with stuff, but I'm sure he's like, what you doing over there?
What's all this technology?
So yeah, we're roommates right now.
That's cool.
Joel's a cool dude.
First night though, I was down here. I was just I was on my side, and then my foot got yanked a little bit, and I was like, look. I'm like, I know you can be a jokester sometime, man, and it may or may not have been you. Could have been one of the others. Yeah. But I'm really tired. I would really like to get to sleep.
I just want to go to sleep.
Because it didn't startle me or anything. I just was like.
That's what I had to do at work the other day too, because somebody was tapping me on the shoulder, and they would not leave me alone. And I was finally guys, you're not supposed to touch me. You know you're not supposed to touch me. And one of them went boop right in my neck, bitch, I'll show you. And I was like, excuse the fuck out of me. You want me? You don't want to piss me off, guys. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Because I'll have I have frequent muscle spasms, so my finger might just go or something my leg might twitch a little bit. Yeah. So I knew, but and I know what that is. But no, this was more of a jerk thing, and I was like, no,
Joel,
let me go to sleep.
Joel, you sea bass.
And like I said, it might not have been him, but I'm just like, I know you guys like to be pranksters at times, but I'm really tired, and I am kind of still weirded out. At the time, because I've never slept down here before. Yeah. And my thing was, and everybody's gonna laugh, was spiders. I was like, oh my god, spiders gonna come up and touch me, crawl around on me while I'm sleeping. I was paranoid, and so it took me a minute.
Just eat them.
Yep. And so it was the next day or two. I don't remember what. I was just all right, nope. Vacuum was down here, and I'm vacuuming all the crap.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I don't really see where the spiders are.
It's not that. I'm used to a lot more spiderific, areas. So here, I don't really see.
No, they'll
I think even the girls would not be screaming right now.
Right. Yeah. So, usually I find them along the
we work with a
register,
bunch of girls that always
scream
about spiders at the haunted house. We work at a haunted house.
Yeah.
And where they're building scary rooms in a haunted house, and what are they screaming about? Bugs.
Yeah.
And so I have to come running in and save the day, kill the spiders.
Yeah, I would have somebody do that, but I live by myself.
We had a giant rat the other day and named him Master Splinter because he had a broken tail.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was big too. He was a big boy.
Should've
You know,
got
like the fake one that always scares Rebecca?
Mhm.
He was about that size. He was like, I swear, he was like the size of a small cat. We were moving things around and all of a sudden there he was like, hey guys. And we were like, wow, do you want some pizza? Like, it's like, where are you guys going?
That's too funny.
Yeah, I don't know. That was our craziest experience at work lately.
But yeah, so yeah, he likes to hang out back there.
Yeah.
Though. He's a cool dude.
So yeah.
But I don't remember we were on something.
He was talking about all those different things that he sells and does. So you're in your bottles. You sell those to people. Like, obviously you don't just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
You give them
Just take 2 and call me in the morning.
Take this and
right.
Just go away.
Oh, so what do I got down here? What did I even bring? All right, so yeah, okay, the road opener, like you're not gonna be able to see, like they're just labeled.
That's right. They're just
different
bottles
things.
with labels.
These are just bottles with labels on them, but yeah, so like the road opener oil, that's a very very traditional oil. It's so like like we talked about like with the key, I do dress the keys in road opener oil. That's when you do road opening work, it's all about kind of removing blockages and creating opportunity for yourself. And 9 times out of 10, I tell people all the time is like, we usually are our own problem. Like we are in our own way. So it's about kind of just influencing things to move along, so to speak. And there's more bug killing going on to my right.
Dude, I've had some like little like bug or something like flying around me.
It's not bugs.
Well, no, I know, but I don't know. Like it was just like.
No, I've been having that all night
like,
too.
Okay, it was just like I'm like what the hell? Like I can normally tell if it's like because I can kind of see orbs at times, But it was just like you like touch me, I'm like get off of me, like what the hell? Like no little flies. Mm-hmm.
Those would feel like little boop boop.
Yeah,
boop,
all right.
Boop, boop,
sorry,
boop,
that was just.
No,
I thought I had something like right up here, and I was like, no.
Jeez. But yeah, so like with the road opener, there's I wish I would have. I think I did actually. I brought it in proper order. So, all right. So like, there's a Blockbuster oil, a road opener, and something called Van oil. Now, Van oil is probably like one of the oldest recipes. It's literally Creole for vervain.
Okay.
So obviously that's one of the main ingredients is going to be vervain, along with lemongrass, lemon verbena, and some other things. All right, that's everybody had like.
We don't want to give it all the secret.
Well, no, you can, yeah. but honestly, like in all honesty, like Van is one of the most common conjure oils out there, and everybody has their own recipe for it. So it would not even matter.
Right.
Like if I were to give you my recipe, like you're not gonna be able to make it like I do.
That's true.
And if you gave me your recipe, I ain't gonna be able to make it like you. Mm-hmm. So, but that being said, you kind of almost want to use those in conjunction, like with a Blockbuster oil. Like first and foremost, I will say that I won't sell the Blockbuster oil to anybody that is not old enough to carry a Blockbuster card. So, that being said, I'm old as fuck. But regardless.
Hey, I used to manage a Blockbuster.
That's what's up.
So that tells you how old I am.
There you go. But no, a lot of people call it Blockbuster oil. And then if you think about doing blockbusting work and then doing road opening work, is think of like you have a brick wall in front of you. Like first and foremost, you need to break down that barrier. You need to bust through that blockage. You gotta, it's a blockbuster, right? So what happens when you break through, you have, you don't just have like a clear path in front of you, you got a whole bunch of shit on the other side that you got to clean up, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like when the road opening work comes in, is you're kind of clearing things, you're opening the path up. And the Van is just kind of like the extra touch at the end for, like, Van is used for, think of it as like a spiritual cup of coffee. Like you're just getting that extra pep in your step, A lot of people back in the day, a lot of women would wear it as like a perfume, and that's how you could kind of tell, because it has a general scent to it. I'll open this up and you can get a whiff.
Your little snifferoni.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, it smells good.
Yeah. So
I'm scared.
I was waiting for like a weird.
A lot of times I don't like the things that, like, I can't stand the sale, like saging and stuff like that. I hate it. It's because they're the demons that are inside of me.
Oh, there is a little bit of stuff in there. Okay.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
lemony.
yeah, so there's and traditionally, like a lot of times with the oils, there's not really a scent to them. Or they just smell like dirt and shit. Like it's like, but I mean, rightfully as they should, because well, you know, like
That's
a lot of
what's
the
in it,
ingredients
yeah.
are just not pleasant ingredients.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But the Van, I try to like juice it up a little bit. You know, make sure that it's, you know, it's still pleasing to, you know, if you're going to wear it on yourself. Like all my oils you can put on your skin. Well, minus like 2 of them. Just, I mean, you could, but I don't recommend it.
Gotcha.
Like, just don't, because they're like more along the lines of like getting people the fuck away from you.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
only if you want people to stay away from you.
Yes.
then-
Yeah. Well, no, you want to put it on them, not on yourself.
Oh, got you. Got
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would
Just
just
start
say
walking
smear
through,
yourself. and shit.
dropping drips on people.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. You
Get
know,
away from me.
Little foot track magic, but
All of a sudden you're like, why do I smell bad?
yeah. Exactly.
Fuck with the wrong person, that's why.
But yeah, so we were just talking about just the conjure oils.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those, you know, I've kind of developed or had recipes kind of passed to me.
So are they like, well, you said you can wear them on your skin, like are most of them intended to be?
Yeah, so a handful of them, and obviously, like, you know, I just brought a couple examples.
Right, we didn't expect you to bring your whole store with you.
Right, exactly. But you can find all of them on thatwitchydude.com.
See, look at that.
Should you be
Yeah,
so
there
inclined
you
to
go.
shop
Get in
my
there.
wares.
Get in there.
All right, yes.
Do it.
And we shared that also on our Facebook page. So his name, in case you forget later, you can go back. And it's also the name of this video that you're watching on our YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and
Check
turn
the
on the
bell.
bell
Yeah.
so you can get notifications.
Hit that bell.
I like this guy.
First
this
YouTube
guy.
live already getting you guys.
He's got it
I
down.
know. I know.
But yeah, so that's kind of just the rundown of stuff that I would normally bring. Like I said, that's the oils are like my bread and butter. I do sell animal parts. I sell a lot of ingredients. I will say that because as much as like people want the whole, you know, cookie cutter like spell kit type stuff put together for them these days, it's, you know, a lot of it, in my opinion, especially like what I practice and stuff like that, is like there's no like shortcuts to it. You know, these are just tools to help you, you know, work towards that desired outcome. So, you know, I sell like, you know, pieces of wasp nest and snake skin shed, even all the way down to like the raccoon penis bone.
Oh, I saw that when you had it.
Yeah. And that has many different, you know, histories behind it. Also known as the Texas toothpick.
Or Arkansas toothpick.
Yeah.
Alabama toothpick.
That's right.
Southern toothpick.
Yeah.
Just whatever state you're in where there is a possum of some kind, you can get a bone out of their boner.
Yes. And then put it in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth. I mean, hey.
You do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta
Do
do.
what you gotta do.
Yeah, they didn't have Oral-B back then, so.
No.
You have like chicken feed or
Chicken paws, chicken feet, chicken paws, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
So I use those. A lot of times people will take the chicken feet and like tie them off so that they're like spread out in different like patterns and stuff like that, and then paint them different and decorate them and stuff like that for depending on like what the purpose is behind it. I keep mine plain and simple, like just how they are, and I dress them actually in protection oil because the main purpose of a chicken foot, carrying around a chicken foot, is to kind of scratch out the bad vibe, the bad juju that's kind of being sent your way. It's like kind of like an old school version of like a Mal de Ojo bracelet like this, you know, with the evil eye and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like an old school version of that. Just, you know,
Okay.
you keep that chicken foot on you. And then, like I said, if you decorate, like there's people, like I have a couple of them that are like all nice and decorated out and painted and all that stuff. They'll paint the nails and all that shit. And then, you know, they'll hang them up in different spots of their house. But for like I said, for all intents and purposes, it's more or less just a protective thing. And a lot of the stuff that I do sell, or at least. Like, listen, I always have a drawer of things that I don't put on the website. So, like, if you need something that might sound, like, obscure or a little, like, weird or iffy or whatever, just shoot me an email or whatever, and I will work with you on stuff, because I'm not listing everything that I have. I got to have some stuff for myself. But this is slowly turning into an infomercial.
It's all right. No, you're good.
It's part of why you're here.
I know.
Yeah.
So do you ever have a situation where somebody comes to you and they're like, yo, dude, I need a bunch of weird shit so I can do this thing. And you're like, fuck no. I'm not getting into that. Like, I'm not selling you the stuff so that you can do that. Or you just like, whatever you want to do, that's on them.
So, like, part of me is I've never run into somebody that needed a bunch of weird stuff for, like, really fucked up reasons.
Something bad, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't care. Like, whatever you do with it is on you. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, money talks. So
Absolutely, that's fair.
Give that disclaimer, right? Like,
well,
once
right.
it reaches your hands, like I have no.
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
You have the product. I have the money. Exchange has taken place. It's not my fault if you fuck your shit up. That's it.
Yeah,
right?
basically, well,
And,
it's the case of anything, almost.
Yeah, and I had people. I've had people ask me for really interesting. Look, I make more of the weird requests of other people that I know
Sure.
than people.
I've messaged people like, hey, do you have a deer heart? So I get it.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Well, exactly. That is something I can get you, by the way. So,
next time we're looking for a heart.
yeah, just
I just gotta get a fake one. Honestly, it's way nicer. Because ours would be just for decoration.
Oh, for decoration, yeah.
We
have
have a couple
to freeze
times
it.
every now and then people are like, I want one so I can bite it. I'm like, you are insane.
That'd be
But
cool.
go for it, pop off, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it don't smell good. Until
Yeah, no, I'm set. I do some nasty stuff, but
Yeah.
raw meat, I don't know. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but hey, it's so that's really interesting. I don't know.
No.
So you have like a base, like a shop base where some people can come and go shopping, or do you only do your stuff on the internet?
It's only online right now, and besides like the the little fairs and stuff that I do. But yeah, no, I don't have a physical location yet. That is something that's
It's
being
a lot of
talked
work.
about.
I get it.
It is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of.
Even what Michelle has set up, like in her yard,
Right.
that's a pretty sweet setup, and she still doesn't want to go to work someday.
Right?
Just walk out the back.
He's like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, when I was working from home, my computer is literally like, once I'm in my living room and was sitting down before I had to be to work,
Right.
it was like 5 feet away, and I'm like,
I don't want to go today.
I don't want to go to work
Yeah.
at all.
That's but that's like the trouble of it, where I think where a lot of people, like if you go into business for yourself and stuff, like you have to.
It's yeah.
You have to
Right,
put yourself on your own schedule, and that's like I think the hardest. When I started out, that was the hardest thing for me, and it took me a long time to really figure out. Like because like when I started That Witchy Dude, I started it, and then, obviously I still had like my muggle job, and everything like that. So, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this thing a shot, and then I realized that I was like, I hate doing this right now.
Yeah.
And it was just such a struggle, but I eventually got over that. It was just like this 2 or 3 month period where I was just like I didn't want to do anything, but I was like obligated to.
Yeah, you had to.
And so like I think that's like one of the hardest things that people run into when they're wanting to like work for themselves or work from home, stuff like that is just getting that drive to just do it, because it's like, you're your own boss. Nobody's gonna yell at you.
Especially when it comes to like the boring part,
Yes.
like of the job, like I have to sit and type like descriptions of something, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Yes, if I could just get somebody to like package my shit and like you said, like type up descriptions.
Yeah.
I would be fine. Like I'm good with making the stuff
And you
all
can do
day
that.
long.
You get the people to do that for you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I need an apprentice. I think that's what my problem is. Like the first year, I was down here remodeling my basement. I mean, that's all I did that year. Like it didn't matter. It was just night and day. I was down here. I'd go to bed at like 1 o'clock, and I'd wake up and go to work. But I'd be down here
painting
doing
like
stuff.
maniacs.
Yeah, and I mean, last year was last year, but I think that's kind of where I've been at though. Is is I want to do it. It's just I don't want to do it.
Right.
Like I don't want to like sit at my computer and edit it, even though I need to do it.
Right.
And go through stuff because I mean I've been places where I have literally not looked at any of the evidence yet, and I need to. I really do, and I want to, but it's just like I can sit at my computer and that's fine, but I can't. It just seems like I can't force myself to do what I want to do, except when it comes to like creating new stickers or or
anything
graphics.
but what I need to do.
I mean, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm trying to like get myself out of it. And it's still a process. So I'm gonna force myself this week.
Get in there.
To just start doing
Tear it up.
I got to. Cause I think I was telling you, it's been like 2 years since the last time I put out a video, and I literally looked at like the list of like places we've been or I've been, and by the time I looked, it'd been like near the end of April, and I looked and there's literally something like April 22nd of 2020, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like it occurred to me that it has actually been that long.
It's been a while.
So
We gotta get it out there. Don't worry, guys.
yeah,
Jeff's
they're gonna come.
You got this, Jeff.
I know. Well, and I keep looking at myself or thinking, I'm like, if I just fucking done this like the last 100, times I told myself that I'm gonna start working, I'm like, they'd all be out. Like I'd actually be out of content.
You can't go back and redo it. You
I
can't
know.
go back. We don't have a time machine.
Not yet. Not yet.
Sorry.
Like not yet.
Working on it.
Yeah.
But
not me. I don't know nothing about that stuff. So that's all you, bud.
Right. I know. But yeah, I know. I actually tried to reach out to my
time
old
machine
instructor
guys?
at Mott, because he teaches like a video, like media class, and I was like, would anybody be interested in like an apprenticeship, like internship thing? And he was like, oh, like could you guarantee him like blah 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 and this and that? And I'm like, it's not a business. It's like it's literally like personal like YouTube stuff that I can't, like I'm just falling behind on. And he's like, I can ask, and I never heard anything.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm like, well, those assholes.
I get it. You don't want to watch hundreds of hours of footage of me dancing weirdly in the dark.
Right? Or on the roof, or on the ceiling.
On the roof, on the ceiling, wherever, talking to ghosts, talking shit to ghosts, farting, sitting on gravestones, the usual.
Yeah, when Kim doesn't ask for permission.
I don't need to.
You do! I literally got a yes, that's cool answer, and then
I knew
you
it was
were just
fine.
saying, no,
I knew
you
it was
didn't.
fine.
You didn't know.
Yes,
You
I
just
knew it
did
was
what you wanted to do. Sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't have sat down if I didn't feel like I could.
I literally got. I asked.
I sat
because
on a
my back
gravestone.
is bad, and I
It's a
was
very
like,
hot
"Do you mind if
button
I
issue.
sit on here?" And like, I'm not. I don't want to
They're
disrespect
using it.
anything. And they're just like, "Sure, go for it."
And I was like, already
"Thank
on
you."
it.
And Kim, I was
Bam.
like, "I'm sorry, Kim didn't ask you."
Yeah. I didn't need to. I could feel like it was okay. You know what I mean?
Sure
It's
you
all
could.
right.
Sure you could.
It's all right.
Just leave some fruit and some flowers.
People leave. We were at the witch's ball, and they all put like coins on it.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. That video will be out eventually.
Well,
That was where we had our.
That is
protest
coming
event.
summer of 2026.
Cool. Could be.
Yup.
This is where we had our special guest investigator from our friends here on social media.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they haven't asked me about it.
They were fun, very cool. Nice
They were
people.
actually.
Hi guys, if you're watching.
Yeah, what's up? It's coming, I promise. Because I told them last year, I'm like, yeah, I want to have you on. And we can talk about this and that. Like,
Yeah.
after you've been able to watch the video, and then I haven't done it yet.
I know.
I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible. person.
He is. It's terrible.
But anyways, back to you. Back
to our
So,
guest.
out of some of the other stuff, like I know you've told me before, and my memories is for shit. You've got those, what are they, like, they're not sticks, but they're like pieces of wood that I don't know, like they're
Magic wood sticks.
I don't know, like you dress them up like they're, I don't know, like wood something. And you put dressing on them. I know. Like, how do you not know
Like
what I'm
salad
talking
dressing?
about? Yes, like salad dressing. Like Thousand Island you put on there.
I'm so confused. What sticks?
And they're like wood pieces. I don't know.
They're like wood pieces.
Yeah.
I'm trying
All right. Well, while they're thinking about it,
I'm thoroughly confused, sir.
I'm now confused because I thought for sure you'd know what I was talking about.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna just look up hoodoo stick.
Oh my god.
See what happens.
I don't know. You had them on the table when I was there, waiting for you so I could pick you up, and they were like,
Oh, like the African porcupine quills?
The porcupine
no, but
quills.
that's also a thing. Yeah.
He had those. They were sticks. They look like sticks.
No, they were. I know what porcupine quills are, but
Oh,
all right, yeah. What are the porcupine quills? Like, what do they? I mean, are they similar to like the chicken feet or like alligator feet? Like, are they? I'm assuming they do something different, or they're meant.
Well,
for
I mean,
something different.
they can. I mean, it really just kind of. It's another one of those things that I leave up to.
Is it like a doll? See, like that?
Oh, okay.
Made out of sticks?
No, let's.
Sorry.
We'll figure it out maybe. All right.
I don't know.
Not.
That's all I got.
Gotcha.
It's all right.
Next time you go to the event and they're on the table.
Yes, please be like, hey, where are
the
these
sticks?
sticks? Where are these magic sticks?
Yeah.
Look for the
well,
sticks.
you usually have like a ribbon or something wrapped around them.
Oh, you're talking about like the Palo Santo, like that you burn?
Yeah, that. Sorry, that was really loud.
very
My
loud.
bad. I got excited.
It is a
Rip
stick.
earbud users.
It's a piece of wood, yeah, and you burn it.
See?
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Ron had one out at his house the other day, and I was like, "What's
See,
that
how
smell?"
did-
Blah.
You don't like that smell? Oh, it's
No,
beautiful.
I'm demons. I'm full of demons, so I don't
Really?
like sage or hollow. Apparently.
Oh,
No, I'm
sage is
just
too
kidding.
much.
I do not know what I was talking about right now.
No, I don't mind. It's not as bad though. Sage always get.
Sage is too much.
But anyway, porcupine quills. And then we'll go
Porcupine
back to
quills.
the other thing.
And then then we go back to the bundles of sticks.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look.
So yeah, no, like porcupine. Like think about like what are, why does a porcupine have its quills? Like,
For protection.
Right. Like what? Yeah. That's literally kind of what the main thing is behind it. But you can also, it's double sided, right? So you can have a side for healing and a side for harming, if you should so be inclined to do.
Freddy Cougar hands.
Yes. But yeah, it's a lot of people will use them for
Wolverine claws.
what snick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people will use them just for like scribing in their candles or stuff like that. I don't dress those. I just kind of let the person that's getting it decide what they're gonna do with it. But yeah, that's just another one of like the animal curio things that I bring along with my stuff, with my wares.
Lots of stuff.
Yes, all.
His table's full. When I go, at
It's
least one at
very,
a time.
yeah, it's very, no, it's always
He's got like
full.
shelves and everybody else just has their shit like laid out. But he's got like shelves and like all this stuff and
if he
it's
just
an
put it on the
experience.
table, it'd just be like a hodgepodge.
It would just be a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like when I was there that day and I saw you guys kept bringing in more, and then you were just setting up, and I was like, we need some shelves, Jeff.
I know. I do. We really do. I do. I need something.
Something, man. But yeah, it's like obviously you can tell like when you walk in, it is a booth that it grabs attention. So it's very smart.
Yeah.
You always have like all kinds of stuff on there, from what I can see even when I don't go to the events, I see the pictures.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a lot of stuff. So pretty much, if you need something for that, or just want weird shit for your house, obviously he has that. Some of us like just things for decoration, and that's
Yeah.
fine. You can use it for decoration if you want.
Absolutely. I currently have one alligator head left on the website
I
right
was just gonna actually ask you
Yes.
about that.
There's
So what?
there's one left.
No, what does is the alligator head kind of like a protection or like double sided thing like?
Honestly,
like the
it's
49 quill could be, but
Does this look cool?
well, for the most part, like a lot of people just are like, I want a fucking alligator head. And I'm like, okay, here's an alligator head.
Bet, get it.
But I mean, yes, it can be used
Treat
for
yourself.
It can be used for protection, but like spicy protection, because like it's an alligator.
It is.
It's it's a fucking predator. So it's raw power. It's raw. Just everything about an alligator just screams like dominance.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that as far as with like the alligator head, and then like with the paw, with the loaded gator paw, like that's not only like gambler's luck, but like I said earlier, also for like holding onto your money, like protecting your money. So it's the alligator is actually a really very interesting animal to work with in like a magical sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that. That's like the last time I'm gonna try and sell somebody something on this.
No, it's
No,
not.
you're fine. No, you're fine. That's
No,
what-
it's not.
That's what you do. That's what we try and do. So, all right. Just because I need to ask it. So you got that pot.
The haunted teapot?
Yeah, the haunted teapot.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with the thing. He's obsessed with the
I know.
I
haunted
keep
teapot.
trying to. I pick it up like every time that you guys have it when I'm there, and it's like, no,
They
nothing.
don't feel anything,
No.
and everybody else can feel everything, and you're just
I
like,
can't.
I don't
So
get it.
I mean, not that we have it here to show, and we couldn't even if you know you did, because I'd be like, no, keep it outside.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So where did you get that?
So that was, I really want to say my better half found that thrifting.
Okay.
No. I think it came from like an old estate sale type thing, and a friend of ours had gone through like an estate sale and basically dropped off a couple boxes of crap and was like, hey, did you guys want any of this? And there was like, a couple knickknacks here and there that we grabbed, but that happened to be one of them, this old Japanese ceramic pot and like teapot, which we come to find out later is not like, it's not just a mini teapot. Like that's how you would actually drink your tea. Like it's got a little hook for your finger in it, and you just drink.
You drink out of the
you drink right out of the front.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I think it's from 1911.
Yeah, I was gonna say something.
It's something.
I thought it was. I mean, don't quote me, but I kind of remember like a before 1920s, anyways.
Right, and I know there's a 1 in there too, but it's inscribed. The date, or not the date, but just the year is inscribed on the bottom of it. But for whatever reason, like this little teapot is holds a spirit. But if you go back and look at it, which she did, looking at where these things came from and how like spirits in like Japanese folklore and stuff like that is when a person would die or maybe in a not so awesome way, like their spirit would inhabit like a vessel.
Yeah.
So that is where we got this the haunted teapot that this man is for whatever reason not able to tell that there is legitimately a spirit inside of this teapot.
We have so many haunted objects at work, at the haunted house. We like actively try to get them and bring them into our building, and not one of them will this man feel anything from.
I probably could literally be touching something at any given point.
Mm-hmm.
They won't. I mean, they don't tell me, but I just like, okay, here you go. You
Right.
know. But no,
We use the haunted Ouija board all the time.
I know.
I don't really feel anything from that Ouija board anymore, though.
But no, yeah, that TV. I don't have. We don't have pictures, but I do have a picture of me holding it.
Very nice. Look for that.
Awesomely on the Facebook page.
Look for it on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
Ghostly Hauntings. And then while you're there, you can get linked to Jeff's page, The Witchy Dude. And you can go buy something from him. And then you can go to our website and buy something from us.
Yeah.
And then you can find us all on TikTok.
Yes.
Yes.
He's on TikTok. We're on TikTok. I'm also on TikTok. I have like 4 TikToks. Not really.
It's too many.
I have 3. Yeah, that sounds right.
Still too many.
4. Shit. But anyway.
Make up your mind.
Not the burner
Yeah,
accounts.
so let's go. Yeah, I'm not getting my secret account. That's on Instagram. But yeah,
She manages like everything.
I manage all the
Facebook.
social media for the haunted house and for Ghostly Hauntings and myself. But so yeah, you can find us all on TikTok, on Facebook. You have a Facebook page?
Yes.
He has a Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. He has a website. We have a website. He's TikTok. I said it again. We have a TikTok. What else? Instagram?
Instagram.
He has an Instagram. We have an Instagram.
Yes.
Snapchat?
No.
No, neither
We
do
don't.
we.
We don't.
We don't
Not
either.
for that.
We
no.
don't either.
Snapchat's
I only made
stupid.
one for the haunted house so nobody else could use the name.
There you go.
That's fair.
But
I
yeah,
think that's
so
why you did the TikTok one at first.
That's why we did our TikTok part.
Yeah,
I was
and
just
then-
fucking
and then
around.
I was
like, a TikTok? Why not? Because I was like, we make so many videos. Why not have another way of putting it out? And I like TikTok. I think it's funny. I like to watch the little animals beat each other up with their little figurines.
Or she just like see her dance on the ceiling.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, so if you want to watch a weird video of me, Jeff, turning around and going, we're ghostly hauntings.
I can't believe you put that up there. I literally can't. Like,
it was a lot of fun. So you can find investigations, you can find weird videos of Jeff's garage, and
living room, family room.
A video of Jeff sleeping. There's one video of Jeff sleeping. And then this Jeff, he's on Facebook, on TikTok a lot, doing his TikTokery.
Yes.
Because they were the whole time that we were at the event together, they were on some kind of social media. So you'll be able to find them. So The Witchy Dude and Ghostly Hauntings, and also if you go to our website, Jeff makes technology that will help you with better ghost hunting.
Yes,
it's on the
I
bottom
do.
of your screen right now.
Yep, it's. You can't really see them, but they're the little devices up here between the little baby Chucky and the little baby Michael Myers.
And they are very small. They're a lot smaller than any of the other ones that I've seen out there. It's like smaller than your phone.
I make them like that on purpose.
And they're for getting more energy into the room through technology. So you don't have to give up any of your energy or any of your energy from your technology that you need for ghost hunting.
Yep.
You have something made for that.
Bigger the room, the
And
more
if
you need.
Don't use the apps because they make your sensitive friends barf.
Yeah, we learned that.
One of the apps that Jeff had out, he had out ghost hunting, and I was like, bro, you have to turn that off.
Yeah, it was making her feel like really like queasy and whatnot. Yeah, it was weird.
It was like we were under like power lines and stuff. I don't know if it was just magnified too much.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, it was when we went to the Crybaby Bridge.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had some people accidentally wander up on us while we were ghost hunting, and also a cop.
Yeah.
So eventually that video will be out too.
But the cop was cool because he was
cool.
just like because we were out there and we had lights, and then we're like, I don't know, there's a car. Oh, somebody's at the front door. But all right, I'll go let her in. I'll let her in if you want to wrap it up.
I'll wrap up. Jeff has to go take somebody to the airport. He's very busy and an important person. He's got shit to do, and we can't stop him. I want to go home. I've got chicken in my fridge, so I'm excited for that. I have a taco waiting for me.
Oh man, I need to eat.
You gotta eat them, and there's a Taco Bell, and it's KFC right at the end of the street.
That's perfect.
I know, right? So I don't know what to do to turn anything off. So
me neither. We're just gonna sit here.
We're just here wilding in the streets. Yes. Oh, great! Jeff's coming back.
Okay.
So you have to like
Adult
us
supervision
on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and him too. All of those things. Go to the Witchy Dude website. Go to the Ghostly Hauntings website, and all your links will be there.
Yep.
And then next time Michelle has an event, Wicked's place on the moon. They're there. I'm not always there because I have other things I want to do.
Yeah, Kim's lame.
I am lame. And so you come see these hoes and buy something from them, and maybe you can touch his haunted teapot.
Yes.
Maybe.
And then you can find out what all the fuss is about because I still haven't touched it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
one of these times, I'll see if I can feel something on that teapot.
Yep. And then, everything that you've seen on the bottom of the screen throughout the whole thing is what you can do.
Your mom says you have a nice haircut.
Thanks, Mom.
It does look nice. I mean, I have a nice haircut, too. I cut by myself. Would you have a nice haircut?
I do. I just got one.
Show us your hair. Whoa!
Yeah.
See, we all have nice hair. Thank you for noticing our hair.
My mom was...
Thanks, Mom.
But all right.
So anyway, we're going to go now so we can
it.
do other things, and you can go do airport things.
Yup.
And make bottles of things that you can buy at the Witchy Dude.
Yeah, for sure.
See, I'm trying to sell things now.
Kim got everything.
Give us money!
Yeah, that's it. Give us money. Money!
Bye. See you next month.